Welcome to another episode of Baby Steps with Christ. I'm your host, Leigh Trupin. This is a place where we take small, intentional steps in developing a relationship with God without religious pressure, where we learn we have direct access to Him and can go straight to the source. As you're aware, I always encourage you to include God in all you do in your everyday life. And today I want to talk about the best way to do that: prayer. And before you roll your eyes and say, well, I thought you encouraged people to build a relationship without religious pressure, let me go into what prayer actually is. Because for a long time, I thought prayer had to look a certain way, sound a certain way. I thought it belonged in church or kneeling with your hands clasped at the foot of the bed before you went to sleep. I thought there was a right way and a wrong way to do it. And because of the way I viewed prayer, I found it boring and impersonal. So when I first began to follow God, I didn't pray. But then God taught me that prayer is nothing more than a conversation with Him. You can talk to Him the way that you do anyone else. And you can speak to Him about absolutely anything, anywhere, any time of the day. But notice what I said. Prayer is a conversation. So it's also about listening to what God has to say to you in return. This is why it's so important to learn how He speaks to you. Remember what I just said a moment ago. You can talk to God the way you do anyone else. This means if you're angry with Him, be angry. Tell Him. If you don't trust Him, that's fine too. Tell Him. God can handle however you speak to Him. I said in a previous episode that I was so angry with God that I cursed Him out. And when I was done cursing Him out, I sat there not knowing what else to do. And guess what? He spoke back to me. Not with anger, not with judgment. He simply said I would write my book, Dear New Believer, Love God. And years later, I did. See, it doesn't matter how you speak to God, when you speak to Him, or where you speak to Him. Just speak to Him. Speak to Him about anything every day. I used to think prayer was just about making your desires known to God, just about asking Him for things, or only praying to Him when things weren't going right in my life. But when I learned it was a conversation with Him, it became fun for me. Now I talk to Him about anything, and I talk to Him all day long. And He does, He talks back to me. This is why I said prayer is the best way to get to know God personally. It's the best way to learn how He speaks directly to you. Isn't that the same way you get to know anyone else? By spending time with them? And the more you spend time with someone, the more you get to know them. God is no different. Praying is not a religious act, it's a conversation. And the more I realized that, the more I prayed. And the less it looked like a chore or a ritual. It stopped feeling like something I had to make time for. And it started becoming something I was already doing in my everyday life. It's how I learned to live my life with God rather than for Him. And it's how I began including Him in all I do. It all started with me viewing prayer differently. And that's what I missed in the beginning. I thought prayer was something I had to separate from everything else, something I had to make time for in a quiet place. It's not a ritual, it's a relationship. And the more I speak to God, the closer I get to Him. When it begins to feel like a relationship, it stops feeling boring because now you're actually connecting. For me, that's what changed everything. So if prayer has ever felt boring or forced, or like something you're not doing right, or if it feels religious to you, you're not doing it wrong. You just haven't realized that it was never meant to be complicated. It was just meant to be a conversation with God. So if you aren't already doing so, talk to God throughout your day about anything that's on your mind. Then listen to see how He responds to you. And if you do this often enough, you'll begin to realize how He speaks directly to you. And it'll start feeling like a conversation to you. I hope this helps you view prayer differently. I hope it helps you realize that it's not about religion. It's not about pressure. It's not about where you are. It's about who you speak to. And if you've enjoyed this episode, please like it and share it. And follow me wherever you listen. And don't forget to grab your free guide to today's episode. Keep taking those baby steps every day. Thanks for listening. Until next time.